Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Earlier today, I made this video and I said in that video that this line is thicker than this line. And somebody questioned it, the way I built it, how would you get it to that 1/2 inch? And if you can see everything with a parallel dimension tool, every line is a 1/2 inch, but my line on this is 0.62. So how would you, when you start off, how would you get that line to be that size? Well, if you've got your rectangle, we can hold down the shift key and have it grow to the edge of our item. And that's really probably close enough. We could go a little bit more. And whenever you're trying to move something a little bitty like that, with your ratio lock, you could go 1.6. Ooh, 0.16. Well, let's back up here. What was the number? 160. No, 160%. So it made it just perfect. Now, I'm actually going to nudge this guy out of the way to make it easier. And I am going to contour to the inside 0.5. Now, what that did, that made my line 0.5 off. Go up to Object, break the contour part, and then just nudge that right back. So now all your lines are the same. You can contour it exactly, half. So then I'm just going to nudge this back and I'm going to go ahead and finish it. But we need to group this together, Control G to group, nudge this back over to the center, and use our intersect tool again, which is really cool. I'm going to go ahead and make everything black. And if you look, we're 8 inches. And I think to get it off that line, we nudged 8.5. Was that right? 8.5? Or no, it's probably 8.25. No, that's right. So that gives it a 1/2 inch. And then just nudge it. Control D. I'm just hitting Control and the down arrow key. We're just going to do a smaller one this time. Now, also in that video, I put a box around it. But to put a box around it, you've got to group it together because Corel wants to be a group. So go up to Object, Group, or Control G, and then you can hold down the Shift key and double click on the rectangle tool. Now, we should be able to do the same thing to the outside of that 0.5. And then take away, well, we have to break the contour apart. So select it all, go up to Object, break the contour apart, and take away that center line or inside line. And now all your lines are going to be the same. We'll use something other than that drab gray I was using earlier. So now all your dimensions are the same. All your lines are the same thickness. And I really wasn't going to do this, but, think about other things you could put in here. Because we're working in the center of the page, let's ungroup that. You don't have to stick with my square. You could do anything you want. Let's take a star. Let's make it a 6-sided star or 4. 6-sided star and hit P. Now let's make it a 5-sided star. So now that star is right in the middle. We need to group this back together. Got to get the pick tool, nudge this out of the way and group this together, Control G, put this back. And if you didn't watch part 1, you might be a little lost. And then intersect. And now look at the difference. We still got our nudge set on 8.5. So now you have a star in the middle of your pattern. And it'll really stand out when you do other items. Let's see how that looks. Now, once again, we've got to group it together. So I'm going to go Control G. And then I'm going to hold down the Shift and double click on the rectangle tool. I've already closed the contour, should have left it open. To the outside, 1/2 inch. You've got to break the contour apart to be able to get rid of that inside line. Now, I hit the wrong one. Now when we fill it in with the Smart Fill tool, we're going to have a total different look. Look at that. Stars. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching and answered their question.